Hey, Gemini, rising moon, sun, and stelliums. Welcome to your January 2023 intuitive astrological horoscope with me, Teri Hunter. And I'm very kind of excited about this move into 2023. I'm excited about some of the opportunities that are going to be coming up for us in this year. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk about some of the significant astrological aspects that will be directly affecting you, Gemini. And the first one I want to talk about is Jupiter's re-entry into your 11th house of Aries. The 11th house rules the World Wide Web. It rules the nervous system of the body. It rules liberation, and it rules rebellion. It rules innovation, technology, moving forward into space, going where no man has gone before. It rules your hopes and your dreams. It's what they call an Upachaya house. Being the 11th house is naturally Aquarius and co-ruled by Saturn. So Saturn rewards for efforts sustained over long periods of time. Saturn wants you to pick your hope, pick your dream, and then have the tenacity, determination, and in some ways a stoic energy towards that endeavor. So when we see Jupiter entering your 11th house of Aries, we're going to see this stoking of passion, this feeling of expansive energy, bringing good luck and abundance, and on some level, a wisdom. And I think that this wisdom is something that is really being fostered by Mars's transit through your first house of self, giving you an opportunity to review your actions, how you're thinking, what you're feeling, what you're speaking about, what you're focusing on. The year starts, January 2023 starts with Mars and Mercury, both in retrograde. There's a bit of a sluggish feeling to this. It's a bit of a slowdown. We've already been experiencing that through the holidays. But for me, as an intuitive astrologer, I believe that this is giving Gemini an opportunity to create a game plan. Mercury is in your 8th house of Capricorn. The 8th house is naturally a house of transformation. It's a deep psychological house. And so here what we're going to see is where you're going to have an opportunity to review where Capricorn has restricted you, where maybe in previous chapters of your life, you've been fearful about moving forward. And now with Jupiter in your 11th house of hopes and dreams, Mars in your first house of self and how you perceive yourself and your personality and how you project that out into the world. And then Mercury, how you think, what you speak, how you interact on your social media, your emails, in your neighborhood with your siblings. I believe this combination is giving you an opportunity to set an intention for a new experience, to transform you from a place where you may have been feeling frustrations and a lack of being seen and recognized for your contribution. Now there's an opportunity for that to step forward. But on some level, you get to acknowledge it first within yourself before your neighborhood, your community, your teammates, your workmates, your siblings will be able to acknowledge it within you. We're going to see Mars move direct through Gemini starting January 12th and will continue through your first house until March. We're seeing Mercury go direct in Capricorn on the 18th of January. So this first couple of weeks is really sort of about I think getting into the war room of, or in some ways I want to flip that and say the raw room of going into my hopes and dreams and not really looking at it from what I think I can manifest, but sort of pulling all the bars off the windows and going full throttle into that dream mode, into that place in your heart where your head isn't sure you can achieve it. But when you allow Jupiter's influence to expand on what you think you can achieve, then you're going to start to anchor in new experiences that will move your story forward. Venus will enter Aquarius, your 9th house, around the 1st or the 3rd of, January 2nd or 3rd, depending upon where you are in the world. And I think this is a real opportunity, again, to liberate yourself from old stories, old imprints. I think of the 8th house naturally ruling death. And death in the physical experience can be extremely jarring, and it can absolutely change us. It can create, the 8th house can create a trauma that changes us for life, but it doesn't have to change us for the negative. It can actually change us in a way that allows us to live bigger and more out loud than we have before. So when Venus moves into Aquarius, I think whatever you discovered about Mercury's retrograde in Capricorn is going to now start to really inspire you and propel you to move forward with your belief system. I want to experience something different, and I'm now going to take charge in aligning to that idea mentally and emotionally before I take my physical actions. On the 6th, again, this is thereabouts, depending upon where you are in the world. I pretty much go with Pacific time because that's where I am. We're going to see a full moon in your 2nd house, Cancer. I'm going to do a separate video on the full moon, but here I just want to touch on the 2nd house rules our self-worth. It rules how we view our confidence and our value in the world as a result of our family experience. And here, Cancer rules the family experience. So I think there's going to be an epiphany, a liberation of some kind. And in doing so, that liberation will offer you an opportunity to get out of your monkey mind, the worry that sometimes Gemini can feel in its going back and forth. You know, the twins, you're always going to deliberate, similar to what Libra does. But here now, you're gonna step out of your mind and go into your heart, into your intuitive body, into your inner knowing, your soul body that is holding space for your dreams, while your physical human body might be holding you back from them. On the 21st, we're going to see a new moon. This is where the sun and the moon come together. This is going to be at 1 degree Aquarius, joining Venus and Saturn in Aquarius. We are going through a series of new moons that started, I believe, with Sagittarius season in 2022. At the 1st, 2nd degree, we saw the Sagittarius new moon, the Capricorn new moon, this Aquarius new moon, and the Pisces new moon coming up. All will be at 1 degree. This is really speaks to that Aryan degree, that being brave and courageous and inspired moving forward. The Aries new moon will be at the critical 0 degree on the world axis. So these first few months and the opportunities and the epiphanies that you have and the strategic planning that you do to move your story forward feels as if it's going to get very potent, because again, here we have Jupiter in your 11th house of expanded networks, hopes, and dreams. So there's something that you can start to really plant the seeds for and anticipate the fruition of as the year progresses. And this is in your 9th house again. So this is really going to change how and what you believe about yourself and your ability to create in the material world. The final is Venus moving into Pisces, your 10th house of public image, of career, and of status. It's a public status house. So there could be a change of your public status. Venus feels warm and fuzzy. She's in her best friend's house. This is where she's enjoying dancing and listening to good music and having wine and cheese and crackers and talking about all your hopes and your dreams, and then really bringing them into the public forum. And so I feel like this first month of the year gives Gemini an opportunity to really set the tone for the year coming up, setting up for possibilities to expand. And rather than looking for the actual manifestation, being more willing to enjoy the journey. Mercury loves to travel. Mercury loves to zip around the zodiac and check everything out and visit with, various planets and see what's been happening in their neighborhoods. And I think that this is an opportunity for you, as you've experience this retrograde at the beginning of the year in Capricorn for you to kind of revisit things and what do you want to structure things on moving forward? On the old historic story that Capricorn, your 8th house, offered you, or a new inspired story that your 9th house is offering you as you liberate yourself from some mental chains or imprisonment and open up to the possibilities. So I think it's really going to be an interesting start to 2023 in the sense of the physical action feels slow and sluggish, but the emotional and passion and inspirational action feels like it's stoked. It feels like it's ramping up, getting ready to be ready to receive bounty from the universe. So I look forward to this new year, and I want to offer you, Gemini, to look forward to it as well, and to be patient with yourself as these first few weeks feel just a little bit quiet. All right, that's me, Teri Hunter. Please like, please subscribe, please comment, please share these videos. And I will be back, I say back, I'm taking the last 2 weeks of 2022 off, and then I will be back January 8th, Sundays, 11 a.m. Pacific time live, where we do our angel readings, angel scopes, looking at the angels' advice for traversing the transits of the coming week. So I hope you'll join me for that. If not, you can always watch that on the replay. Thank you so much, Gemini. I'll see you in 2023. Bye-bye. Peace out.